Silence makes some noise even louder. Have you ever noticed something strange? The world finally becomes quiet. Nobody is calling you. Nobody is asking for anything. The room is peaceful. The phone is silent. Everything around you is calm. But inside your head, the noise gets louder. Suddenly, all memories appear, past mistakes return, future worries begin, questions start repeating. What if I fail? What if I made the wrong decision? What if things never get better? For some people, silence is relaxing. For others, silence feels uncomfortable, sometimes even frightening. Why? Because silence doesn't create thoughts. Silence reveals thoughts that were already there. Today, let's talk about why silence makes some minds even louder, what it means, and what you can do about it. Silence is like a mirror. Most people think noise causes stress. Sometimes that's true, but noise also hides things. Music, television, social media, work, friends, meetings, notifications. These things keep the mind occupied. The moment they disappear, something interesting happens. You finally hear what's already inside your head. Silence acts like a mirror. It reflects what has been hiding underneath. Example, imagine a man working 12 hours every day. His schedule is always full: work, traffic, phone calls, emails, meetings. He never stops. Then one week he sits at home, no distractions, no obligations, and suddenly anxiety appears. He thinks something is wrong, but the anxiety wasn't created by silence. The anxiety was already there. Silence simply allowed him to notice it. Many people are running from their own thoughts. This sounds harsh, but it's often true. Many people stay busy because they don't want to face what they're feeling. They don't even realize they're doing it. Example, someone spends hours scrolling social media every night, not because they enjoy it, because the moment they stop scrolling, they start thinking, thinking about problems, thinking about regrets, thinking about loneliness, thinking about uncertainty. The phone becomes a distraction from reality, not entertainment. My opinion, there is nothing wrong with enjoying entertainment, but when distraction becomes an escape, the mind never gets a chance to heal. The problem doesn't disappear, it simply wears. The quieter the room, the louder the unfinished business. Many round thoughts come from unfinished emotional business conversations that never happened, dreams that were abandoned, apologies never given, pain never processed, questions never answered. These things stay in the background of the mind. Example, a man loses a job he cared about. He immediately starts another job. He keeps moving, keeps working, keeps staying busy. Years later, during a quiet moment, he suddenly feels sadness. Why? Because he never possessed the loss. He moved on physically, but emotionally, part of him stayed behind. My advice: don't ignore emotional wounds simply because life continues. Time helps, but awareness helps even more. Overthinking loves silence, not energy. Thought is useful. Some thoughts simply go in circles. Many people confuses thinking with solving. They're not the same thing. Example, you lie in bed at night, you repeat the same problem again and again and again. Nothing changes, no solution appears. You simply become more tired. That is not problem solving, that is overthinking. My suggestion: ask yourself, am I finding answers or am I repeating worries? Those are very different activities. Why some people enjoy silence. You may know people who love being alone. They enjoy quiet mornings, peaceful walks, silent rooms, long dives. Why? Because their relationship with their own mind is healthier. They don't need constant distraction. They have learned how to sit with themselves. Example, a person who regularly reflects on life, writes in a journal, exercises, and addresses problems directly often feels less threatened by silence. Silence becomes less, not punishment. My opponent, the goal isn't to eliminate every negative thought. The goal is to become strong enough to sit beside those thoughts without being controlled by them. Practical solutions from me. Now let's focus on practical solutions. What can you actually do when silence makes your mind louder? Solution 1: write down the noise. Don't keep everything inside your head. Put it on paper. Write exactly what you are thinking, every worry, every fear, every concern. Example, instead of repeating, I'm worried about money, right? What specifically am I worried about? The answer may be rent, debt, bills, job security. Now the problem becomes clearer. Clarity reduces anxiety. Solution to separate facts from fears. Many thoughts feel real, but not all thoughts are facts. Example, fact. I have a job interview next week. Fear. I'm definitely going to fail. Fact. My friend hasn't replied. Fear. They might be angry with me. Learn to separate reality from imagination. These simple habits can reduce enormous stress. Solution 3. Schedule thinking time. This sounds strange, but it works. Give yourself 20 minutes every day. Sit down, think, reflect, write, plan. When worries appear outside the time, remind yourself, I'll think about this during my reflection time. This prevents your brain from worrying all day long. Solution 4. Move your body. Many mental problems become louder when the body stays still. Walking helps, exercise helps, stretching helps, physical movement changes mental energy. Example, have you ever noticed that problems seem larger at midnight than they do after a morning walk? The problem didn't change, your state changed. Solution 5F. Learn to sit with discomfort. These may be the most important lesson. Not every uncomfortable feeling needs to be fixed immediately. Sometimes it needs to be observed, experienced, understood. My advice: when a difficult thought appears, don't immediately run away. Ask, what is this thought trying to teach me? Sometimes anxiety reveals something important. Sometimes sadness points towards something that needs attention. Listening is often more helpful than escape escaping. What you can apply today after watching this episode. Try three simple actions. First, spend 10 minutes in silence. No phone, no music, no television. Just sit quietly. Second, write down the loudest thought that appears. Third, ask yourself, what action can I take about this? Even one small action creates progress, and progress creates peace. Benefits you may receive if you learn how to handle silence properly. Several things happen. You become more self-aware. You understand your emotions better. You stop running from yourself. You become calmer, understand patient, you make better decisions, and perhaps most importantly, you stop being afraid of your own mind because once you understand your thoughts, they lose much of their power over you. My final thought: many people think silence is empty. I don't think so. I think silence reveals truth. Sometimes the truth is beautiful, sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes painful. The truth is still truth. If silence makes your mind louder, don't automatically see that as a problem. It may be a signal, a message, a reminder, something inside you may be asking for attention, and the longer we ignore those messages, the louder they often become. So the next time life becomes quiet, don't rush to feel the silence. Listen carefully because sometimes the answers you've been searching for are hidden underneath the noise you've been trying so hard to escape. Thank you very much.